All right, welcome back. Today, we're jumping headfirst into the fourth journal entry for the Celestine Company. And let me tell you, this is where the story pivots hard. From what seemed like a war in the dark to a showdown with an ancient, creeping horror.
So this is it. The company's mission inside the Sunless Citadel has hit its boiling point. They've secured a very fragile alliance, and now the plan shifts from careful exploration to, well, execution. They're preparing to cut the head off the snake in one single decisive assault.
Now, to pull off a plan this risky, you need the perfect team. And this is it. Every single member is a crucial piece of the puzzle. You've got Tacklin, the dwarven paladin. He's the tactical commander, the one calling the shots. Then there's Winter, the young sorceress, who is basically their devastating arcane artillery. Zaya, the cleric. She's the divine will and the shield of the group. And then you have the stealth unit. Iri, the halfling rogue who can get past pretty much anything, and Tango, the eagle-eyed Aarakocra ranger who misses nothing. A straight-up frontal assault? No way. This surgical strike is their only shot.
Okay, so this whole assault wasn't just some spur-of-the-moment idea. The groundwork for this was laid in the last entry, with a pact that was, let's say, fragile, but absolutely necessary. And it was made with a very unlikely ally.
This alliance is just this fascinating case of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You've got the company, right? They're driven by this quest to find missing people. And then you have the kobolds, who are just burning for revenge and want their stolen dragon wormling back. Two totally different motivations, but they converge on one powerful shared goal: wipe out the goblins. Their strategy was it was a thing of beauty. A classic pincer movement, really. It relied on the company's specialized skills to act as the scalpel, to deliver that killing blow right to the king. Meanwhile, their new kobold allies, they were the hammer, creating the perfect diversion by just crashing into the main goblin army.
And that brings us right to the throne room, the nerve center of the whole goblin operation. The fate of the Citadel's upper levels, maybe the entire conflict, it was all going to be decided right here in a matter of moments.
Everything, and I mean everything, hinges on timing. Tacklin, the tactical heart of the company, he gives the signal, the door flies open, and just absolute chaos is unleashed on these feasting, totally unsuspecting goblins. And this is Winter's moment to shine. As the party's artillery, she just lets loose with her full power. The room explodes in arcane energy as her magic just rips through the goblins. This isn't some slow, drawn-out fight. It's a shock and awe campaign packed into a single, violent moment.
The fight goes down exactly as they planned. It's swift, it's brutal, and it is decisive. The king, this big hulking brute, and his two hobgoblin bodyguards, they are completely overwhelmed. They're cut down before they can even put up a real defense. Objective complete.
So, the main threat is gone. They won. But the victory, it feels weirdly hollow, almost too quiet. You get that feeling? The war against the goblins might be over, but the real enemy, the source of this place's sickness, it hasn't even shown its face yet.
And this is it. This is the moment where the nature of their entire quest just completely changes. It goes from being a monster hunt and a rescue mission to an investigation into this spreading, unnatural blight that seems to be infecting the very stone around them. And then, creeping out from behind the dead king's throne, this thing reveals itself. It's not just another monster to kill. No, this is a symptom, a physical sign of a much bigger sickness that's growing somewhere deep within the Citadel.
And this is where having trackers like Tango and Iri becomes absolutely vital. Their sharp eyes connect the dots. They confirm that the human footprints they've been following since all the way back in Oakhurst lead right to this spot, and then down, deeper into the source of this corruption.
So, with this grim new reality, there's really only one way to go: down. The company follows the trail, descending into a place where the very ideas of life and death have been twisted into something truly monstrous.
Down in this subterranean garden of horrors, Zaya's faith becomes a literal weapon. As skeletons animated by this dark energy rise up to attack, her divine power just scours them from existence. She becomes this beacon of purifying light against a darkness that feels like it could swallow everything.
It becomes pretty clear that this corruption is drawing other predators to it, like moths to a necrotic flame. They find themselves in the den of a savage bugbear and his shape-shifting were-at lackeys, and after a grueling bloody fight, the company is left standing, but their path just keeps leading them deeper and deeper into the dark.
Following the trail to its inevitable, awful end, they step into a vast, open cavern. And they finally find it. The Ghoulfius tree. This is the source. You could almost feel the air humming with its malevolent energy. It's like a cancerous heart just pumping poison through the veins of the Citadel.
And that is the terrifying cliffhanger we're left with. The missing adventurers they came all this way to save, they found them. But they're just lying there, unmoving, completely enthralled by this dark, ancient power. And it leaves you wondering, after all their victories, has the Celestine Company finally met a force they simply cannot defeat?